Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video is how to remove blocks using the Hurt, Healing, Healed method. This is one of the videos in my new book series that I am doing to celebrate the launch of Hurt, Healing, Healed, my third law of attraction manifestation book that is coming out so soon, literally next week when you're watching this. And I really wanted to cover how to work through blocks, because blocks can feel so stressful to our nervous system and stressful to our life as well. When we're thinking, I just feel blocked, like what's happening, like whatever I do, I'm not moving forward. So I really want to share with you some practices and tools from the book, and also what you can expect and how you can work through those pesky blocks that show up in life. But if you're new to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 2 times best-selling author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queens Badass Podcast. And here on this channel, I cover all things law of attraction, spirituality, manifestation, and self-help. And not only do I hope you enjoyed this video, but all the videos here on my channel over the last 8 years. So then, how do we remove blocks? Well, to remove them, we need to know what the block is first of all. So in my book, Hurt, Healing, Healed, it is split into 3 sections of hurt, healing, and healed. And in the hurt stage, we identify where hurt comes from. And hurt doesn't necessarily need to be a huge thing in your life. Hurt could literally be the block that you're feeling, and you're thinking, why is this block here? So in the first section, I help you to identify using the power of meditation. There's guided meditations with the book that come along with it. And also I give you tools and practices within there of what the pillars are to really slow down, to be able to acknowledge what it is and find the block, to be able to work through it in the healed section. So we're going to be focusing on that hurt section today when we're talking about blocks. So blocks, and this actually showed up really recently in a business coaching session that I had with a client, and it was one of our last sessions together, and she was saying that she still just couldn't move forward. She was like, I'm trying everything, I don't feel motivated, I don't feel productive, I don't feel clear on what I'm doing or what I'm progressing forwards with, and I don't know, it's just not working. I feel blocked. And in my head, I was like, okay, we have spent like the 3 sessions, like obviously going through clarity exercises, everything felt so clear. And of course, things change and evolve along the coaching process. And people are like, actually, I want to do that now. Or actually, I've had that epiphany and I really want to do this. And of course, that changes and grows. But I knew this client had so much clarity and so much direction. But my intuition was like, personal life, personal life, personal life. So I said, okay, how's your personal life? And she burst into tears. And when I delved into it, I said, okay, the productivity, the motivation, the block is not in the business. It's within yourself emotionally that is stopping you from being ready to move forwards and ready to embody this new business and ready to push forward with it. So sometimes what we think is the block is not always the block, and the block always starts within us. The block is not necessarily, and we can have, should we say, a bump in the road where you're like, well, actually, Emma, I kind of need this thing to happen externally for this next thing to happen, and that's the block. But 9 times out of 10, I find the block is always within the person, and it's always in not what they're telling you the block is. So again, just like the business, there was a block within the business. Was there when we'd already looked at all of that? Or was it actually how she was feeling within herself? So we dealt with that. We went through obviously the life coaching side of things and got things feeling so much better for her, because she was emotionally drained. She wasn't looking after herself. She was feeling rubbish. Like her words were, it's bad. And I didn't want her to have that energy, because when we come with that energy to our desires, guess what? That's just going to project out. So it wasn't that the business wasn't feeling clear, it was that she wasn't clear within herself and she wasn't looking after herself in the right ways, and she was feeling rubbish and having so much stress and emotional distress put on her, and experiencing that she wasn't able to be that clear channel, that clear vessel for work, and be able to push that idea through when she wasn't feeling it within herself and she wasn't feeling aligned within herself. So blocks normally are not what you think they are. And over the years, I've definitely thought, yeah, got a block there. I know exactly what it is. I'll use my life coaching tools, go straight in. And then I'm like, okay, that's not the block. So then I might work with one of my peers, and they're like, right, this is your block. And I'm like, wow, I wouldn't have even thought of that. So sometimes working with someone, and obviously you can work with the book to help you identify that, can help us identify that very block. So use your intuition with this. Your intuition will never serve you wrong. Is it the work that's the problem, or is it another area of your life? Is it your personal life that's the problem, or is it unfulfillment in work, for example? So what I've got in my second book, Positively Wealthy, and actually it is in this book as well if I find it. Here we go. So I have a life wheel. This is the unconditional love wheel. So this is a bit later on in the book, but this features in Positively Wealthy as well, my second book. So on this wheel, you have spirituality, health, career, finances, significant other, family, friends, fun, recreation, my home, and my purpose. I don't know whether I said purpose first of all, so we said it twice. So draw yourself, or obviously use it in the book, draw yourself a unconditional love wheel. And if you buy the book, there is a resources workbook that comes free with the book where that wheel is in there and all the other little printouts that you can literally print out and fill in so you're not drawing on the book. So do yourself an unconditional or a positively wealthy wheel, whatever you want to call it, unconditional love wheel, positively wealthy wheel, draw one or use the ones in the books and work out, go through each area, and it's ranked out of 0 to 10. So obviously 0 being like, nope, I don't feel joy or unconditional love or positively wealthy in that area, and 10 being I fully feel amazing in that area. And once you've filled out each area and you've coloured it in and been honest with yourself, you'll then start to see a trend, and you'll start to see where some issues may be arising in your life which is causing blocks or unhappiness. So really a block or feeling stuck is a state of stagnation, and I talk about this in the first section of the book. It comes from a state of stagnation where we have avoided or not listened to ourselves or our intuition or felt in alignment for a while, that we've started to stagnate and we've started to hit a point where we're like, this isn't feeling good and I feel blocked, and no matter what I'm doing, it's not shifting. Now, it's not that no matter what you're doing, it's not shifting. It's that you're not shifting the right things. You're not putting the awareness or the attention on the right area. And sometimes we can be our biggest freaking block with the law of attraction, and the famous saying of being in your own way. It's so true sometimes, because when we are in our own way, we block ourselves. We block the flow of energy, we block the flow of abundance, we block the flow of our manifestation to us. So by identifying in what areas we don't feel good in and what doesn't feel the best right now, you're then able to look and see, right, is it the work that's the problem, or is it actually the personal life? Is it the love life? Is it your emotional well-being? Is it that actually your work doesn't feel great or your home doesn't feel great? There are so many ways that these blocks can be disguised by what we think is the problem, but actually by being honest and having a look at each area and having that reflection period with ourselves, we can identify, actually, no, that's not what the issue is. This is the issue, and that's what I need to shift in order to be able to create that flow and that energy again. And obviously, yes, there may be inner work, like I said, when you move through to that healing stage, where you then start to work on any beliefs or fears that are there blocking you from moving forwards or blocking you from manifesting your desires. So breaking through blocks really is breaking through your own BS. I can't swear on YouTube, but it's breaking through our own BS sometimes, to be honest with ourselves and acknowledge where we're not feeling fulfilled, where we're not feeling happy, and where we really need to do, quote unquote, the inner work. And the inner work can be breaking through beliefs. It can be breaking through fears and limiting beliefs and traumas, and clearing the energy, clearing the way to that alignment. But also it can be very action orientated when we break through those blocks. And sometimes making that difficult decision that we didn't want to make, or we've been putting off or avoiding, or we know we should be doing, is that very block that we need to break through. So get honest with yourself. Yes, it can be uncomfortable. Yes, it can feel really difficult sometimes, but the block is you, essentially. You are the block, to put it in the most best way. And when you can identify where you need to up level, then you can break through that block. I see blocks as opportunities to up level, opportunities to grow into a more evolved version of ourselves that is experiencing the outcome that we desire, whether that's the manifestation, whether that's ease, whether that's movement, whether that's whatever. So really being honest with yourself is courageous, of course. And then when you can bust through that block, that's where the shifts come. That's where that alignment comes, where you align and shift into the version of yourself who is experiencing that flow. So can you manifest moving through blocks? Absolutely, of course. But be prepared for that inner work to come up, and be prepared for that action or decision that may also need to be made as well, because that is the law of attraction process. Inner work is part of that step 2, believe, and taking action is part of that step 3, trust, where you're taking action and you're aligning yourself with the version of yourself who has that desire. So blocks are not fun at the best of times, of course, because they feel frustrating, they feel like annoying, and you're like, I just want to feel ease, I just want to move through this, I just want to bust through this block and get through it. And I hear it so much because people message me all the time and comments here on YouTube about, Emma, I'm trying to manifest this, but I know I've got this block, what should I do? Here is your answer. Here is your simple answer, the best £10 you'll ever spend in your life. But also, it's being honest with yourself. Do that unconditional love wheel or positively wealthy wheel. It's got 2 names now, so do one or the other. They're both featured in Positively Wealthy and obviously the new book. And start to identify where the work needs to be, where you're not happy, and where shifts need to occur. And then get really honest with yourself, because I feel in my life that every, I would say, significant block, obviously there's been blocks in work and blocks in other bits and places, and sometimes it has been absolutely making those decisions, absolutely aligning and being brave enough to say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do that, and having that clarity, of course. But I found that the biggest blocks in my life have been me, and that I've been stood in my way with a belief system that makes me stood in my way. And then when I get so frustrated and so fed up, and I work on the belief and I shift that, and I'm like, oh, okay, I am the block, then I'm able to make the decision that feels in alignment to my soul, to my heart, and then things flow, things shift. So I feel like the universe puts these blocks in place to challenge us, to up level us and to challenge us, and to help us to realize, I guess, where some work may need to be done, where actually something's maybe not serving us. And I feel that blocks come with beautiful lessons. Maybe it doesn't feel like that at the time, of course, but I feel like blocks always bring beautiful lessons, because when you've busted through the block and you're on the other side and you're experiencing the outcome of your manifestation or joy or whatever it is, God, you're going to be so grateful for that. And I am so grateful for those blocks that have happened throughout my life, because I'm like, wow, if that block hadn't have made me pivot, if that block hadn't have made me reflect upon what's not serving me in the business, or what's not serving me in that relationship, or what's not serving me in my finances or whatever, I never would have had the epiphany or the realization or the shift that I had that has got me to this bigger goal, or has got me to this place that I wanted to be. So I feel that blocks are pauses to help us pivot and reflect and then move forwards in the right way. So yeah, we're always the block, which is probably not the most reassuring answer, but it kind of is, because when you know you're the block, then that's the easy part, because then you can work on that and you can identify that within yourself. And as I said, blocks are normally us putting up with our own BS for too long. And then when we're able to address our BS, when we're able to address when maybe we haven't been giving much attention to that space or to ourselves or to whatever, then we're able to say, right, was it work that was the problem? Or actually, is it that your personal life needs some serious looking at? Is your work the problem? Or is your personal life the problem? Or actually are you unfulfilled in another area and you need to really work on that? So I feel like at the moment as I'm filming this, it's Mercury retrograde, but I feel like as we're going through these things of like Mercury retrograde, autumn, letting go and surrendering, as we move through life, you know, we experience different seasons, and those seasons are going to bring us different blessings and lessons. So those blocks are always a beautiful lesson, even if we don't see that for a little while. But when you look back, when you're in the place that you want to be, trust me, you will look back and be like, thank God for that block. Thank God the universe showed me where I was stopping myself or being in my own way or tolerating something I shouldn't have been. And actually now I can move forwards and move forwards with that new mindset, with that new energy that can allow me to manifest from that aligned, up-leveled space, which allows you to truly enjoy your manifestation, that truly allows you to feel free and enjoy that manifestation and sustainably keep it as well, instead of manifesting something and not being able to keep it because that belief system or that block is there. So don't see it as a hindrance, see it as a clearing mechanism so that you can fully, wholeheartedly enjoy your manifestation. But I really hope this video has helped you. Please let me know your views on blocks below. I would love to hear. And I have recently done as well, last week to this video, a meditation on clearing blocks and obstacles. So please, I'll link it below, but please go and do that meditation as well, because that's gonna just energetically help reset you and energetically help to clear that. So what's the harm in doing it? Now you've watched this video, you can go do the meditation and really work through those blocks in the most positive way you can. And of course, the book is here to support you as well. The book is coming out next week, which is so exciting. It's been, oh my God, so long in the process now. It feels nearly 3 years since I started writing it, which is wild. But this is going to help move you through those blocks, move you back to abundance. So the book is Release Limiting Beliefs, Fears and Blocks to Supercharge Your Manifestation. So exactly what I've been talking about in this video. Obviously there is, I think it's like 20 chapters in this book, obviously divided over the 3 sections. So much. And at the end of each chapter, there is journaling, prompts, an action and a task to do. So there are so many practices throughout the book to really practically guide you through removing those blocks, meditations like I said, which come with the book as well. So there's lots of amazing things in here to help you move through those blocks and give you the positive reset that you have been asking for. But I just want to say a big thank you for all your love and support with the book so far. I cannot wait for you guys to read it. You're gonna love it. So please let me know how you get on with the book, your thoughts on how to remove blocks as well. What's your biggest takeaway from today's video? Please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But the link to pre-order the book will be down below as well, with the removing obstacles and blocks meditation too. So thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts and I reply to them all. And don't forget you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fantastic week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next YouTube video, which will be next week. Lots of love.